you ever noticed something strange? The people who look the wealthiest often aren't the people who are actually becoming wealthy, and the people quietly building financial freedom usually look surprisingly ordinary. No luxury car, no designer wardrobe, no constant upgrades, no dramatic social media lifestyle, just a normal life. And in a culture that constantly celebrates visible success that can feel almost wrong. Let's talk about why. Imagine a 30-year-old professional living in Chicago, Manchester, Berlin, or Amsterdam. They have a decent career. Maybe they're earning the equivalent of $70,000 to $90,000 a year before taxes. On paper, they're doing well. But after taxes, health insurance, pension contributions and other deductions, their monthly take-home pay might be closer to $4,500. Now the money starts moving. Rent or mortgage, $1,800. Car payment, $450. Insurance, $150. Student loan, $300. Utilities and internet, $250. Groceries, $500. Subscriptions, gym memberships, streaming services, $100. A few dinners out, weekend trips, and online shopping purchases. Before they realize it, most of the paycheck has already been assigned a job. And yet, from the outside, everything looks successful. The apartment looks nice. The car is new. The vacations look impressive. The lifestyle appears comfortable. But financially, something important is happening beneath the surface. Every month, future income is being spent before it arrives. Not because of one reckless decision, but because of dozens of perfectly normal decisions. And that's where the real issue begins. Many people assume financial freedom is built through big breakthroughs, a higher salary, a promotion, a better job, a side business. Sometimes those things help, but what often determines financial freedom isn't how much money enters your life, it's how much future obligation enters with it. Here's a simple example. Let's say someone receives a raise that increases their monthly take-home income by $600. At first, that sounds meaningful. But shortly after they upgrade their apartment, the rent increases by $350. Then they upgrade their car. The payment rises by another $250. The entire raise disappears. Income increased. Financial flexibility didn't. In reality, they may feel even more pressure than before because their fixed expenses are now higher. This is one of the most common financial patterns in modern middle-class life. Every increase in income creates pressure to increase visible consumption. Not necessarily because people are irresponsible, because humans naturally adapt. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. What feels exciting today quickly becomes normal tomorrow. The new car feels special for a few months. The upgraded apartment feels luxurious for a while. The expensive watch gets compliments at first, then it all becomes the baseline. And once that baseline shifts, going backward feels uncomfortable. The result is a cycle where income rises, spending rises, and financial stress stays surprisingly similar. Meanwhile, something less visible is happening elsewhere. Consider two people earning the same salary. Both take home $4,500 per month. The first spends nearly all of it maintaining a lifestyle that signals success. The second quietly invests $500 every month. Nothing dramatic, nothing exciting, just $500. Assuming an average long-term return of around 7% annually, that monthly investment could grow to roughly $260,000 after 20 years. Keep going longer, and the difference becomes even larger. What's interesting is that the second person's life may actually look less impressive during those years. Older car, smaller apartment, fewer upgrades, less visible status. And that's exactly why financial freedom often looks boring. Because wealth creation and status consumption frequently move in opposite directions. One creates future options. The other creates present appearances. The challenge is that appearances are easy to see. Options are invisible. Nobody notices the emergency fund. Nobody compliments the investment account. Nobody takes photos of a paid-off mortgage balance shrinking every month. But those invisible assets slowly create something far more valuable than status. They create freedom. The freedom to leave a job you dislike. The freedom to handle unexpected expenses. The freedom to take career risks. the freedom to work less aggressively later in life. Financially intelligent people tend to understand this distinction. They don't necessarily hate spending money. They aren't trying to live like monks. They simply evaluate purchases differently. Instead of asking, "Can I afford the monthly payment?" they often ask, "What future flexibility am I giving up?" That's a very different question, because almost anyone can afford a payment. What matters is the collection of payments that gradually consume future choices. And that's why financial freedom can appear so ordinary from the outside. It's usually built through repeated decisions that don't generate attention. The decision not to upgrade. The decision not to finance something unnecessarily. The decision to leave part of today's income available for tomorrow. None of these choices are exciting. Most are barely noticeable. But over years and decades, they quietly compound. In the end, financial freedom rarely announces itself. It doesn't always arrive in a luxury vehicle or a larger house. More often, it arrives as a feeling that your money serves your life instead of controlling it. And from the outside, that can look surprisingly boring. If you found this perspective useful, consider subscribing for more conversations about money, psychology, and long-term wealth building.